Oh my god, I'm having to shoot this video because I'm so angry. I cannot fucking stand it. And this is the reason that I have suicidal thoughts, is because my family has never listened to me on anything. They think that I'm a complete and total fucking moron, and I have to go to fucking extremes. I mean, yes, I'm depressed, and yes, that causes suicidal thoughts. But whenever I've talked to them, because if I was to say to her, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking kill myself, which I feel like fucking saying right now, she'd be like, why? What's wrong with you? Oh my god. But that's the only way that I can get them to listen, to even halfway listen to anything coming out of my fucking mouth. I'm sitting here, I had a decent night last night, come home, and I just want to sleep. I just want to sleep. And I ended up waking up and shooting another video that I haven't uploaded yet. And I don't know if I'm going to. And then my phone died at the end of it. And so I didn't get to, say goodbye. But anyways, so what's going on right now? I'm laying here sleeping. My cat, Stevie, scratches at the door. He needs to go out. He needs to go use his litter box. His litter box is in the rest of the house. It's in the hallway. My grandmother will not allow me to have it back in my bedroom because she wants it in there because she wants to be able to have Stevie out there whenever she feels like it. Stevie is an old cat. He is smart enough that when he has to go potty, he scratches at the door. So, to go out. Now, last night he was scratching at the door to come into the bedroom, and I wouldn't let him in because he wouldn't come in when I had the door open. But there's nothing back here that he needs. But his litter box is out in the hall. So when he scratches to go out, I have to get up and I have to let him out. And even though I may wait a few minutes, he's usually pretty good. Well, he's always, heck, he's good. He'll wait 15 minutes and realize that it's going to take me a minute because I'm tired to get up and open the door for him to go out so he can use his litter box. So this morning, I wake up to him scratching at the door and I let him out. And here comes my grandmother hollering and screaming, oh God, I brought the other cat in. I brought the other cat in. He can't be out here. He can't be out here. And throws Stevie. I can't even get up to say anything to her. I'm not wanting to argue with her. Who wants to wake up and argue with somebody because somebody can't listen? So I just am like, fuck it, and if the cat pisses and shits in here, whatever. But she throws Stevie back in here in the bedroom. And I'm like, if he pisses and shits in the floor, whatever, I will fucking clean it up. I don't give a shit. I'm tired of arguing with her. I mean, I've only been living here like a week and a half. And it's like, if I have to, who wants to wake up and argue with somebody? So then, Stevie is back here. And I'm asleep for a few more hours. And here he goes again, scratching at the door. And I go to let him out. And here she comes again. Heather, I have that other cat inside. I have that other cat inside. And so I just was like, Mamo, you're going to end up killing Stevie. Because the reason that the boys, my cats, cannot be together is Tiger has an infection that has made him blind, an infection that is eventually going to be part of the cause of his death. And he is younger than Stevie. He's only like 3, is like 10, 11. No. Yeah. Okay, he's 10. Stevie is 10. I don't want to lose Stevie because he caught an infection from my other cat that I didn't even want to take in. I took in Tiger because he was my mom's cat, and my dad kicked him out in the fucking cold when my mom was in the hospital, and then my kid was crying, and so I took Tiger in. But I have to keep Tiger separate, and I have explained this to everybody in this whole fucking town, I feel like, 1,800 goddamn thousand times, and nobody listens to me. Nobody understands the severity of it. Nobody gives a shit. I swear to God, if I end up committing suicide, I want my headstone to read, nobody cared about the things that she cared about, so she killed herself. because nobody cares that my daughter is taken from me. Nobody cares about anything that I care about. Nobody cares about the dreams that I have. Nobody. Hell, even damn Jennifer. She said to me one day whenever I was like, I gotta get my kid back. I want to get my kid back. I gotta. Well, I didn't even say I want. I said, I gotta get my kid back. And she just looked at me. She's like, why? Why? Like, oh my God. That's what she said to me. And I'm just like, does nobody think like me? Like, and in all honesty, it makes me so mad when nobody thinks like me, when nobody feels like me, that it makes me want to go, okay, well, when your kid's 11 and your kid's taken from you, don't want your kid back. I don't want to hear it. Like, it makes me think like that. I'm like, okay. When your kid's 11, your kid's taken from you, and you think that they did it because they're such a brat and they chose to and all this and fully all the stuff because you can't. You just can't. I can talk about it for 1,000 years and you're not going to get it. Just like you can talk for 1,000 years about why, she doesn't believe in God and she's science, and she's an atheist and all that. And she can talk about all her stuff. And while I can be empathetic, I can show compassion, I can show understanding, I'm never going to understand it fully. But anyway, so I let my cat out again because I'm like, okay, he should be okay. And hopefully the other cat didn't use his litter box while he was in the house. Because if he did, or if he ate out of his food bowl, I swear to God, if my old cat ends up catching the infection of this new cat, if you will, if Stevie ends up catching the infection from Tiger because of my grandmother, I'm going to lose my motherfucking shit. I'm going to lose it. And I've explained things to her several times dealing with the cats. And I've told her that yes, she could bring the cat in for a few minutes, not a few hours. And that yes, if she was worried about him because he's cold, that she could shut him in the bedroom. But she cannot leave him in for hours and have him using my cat's litter box and eating out of my cat, Stevie's. They're both my cats, but Stevie is more my cat because I've had him for 10 years. He can't do that because he'll end up spreading the infection to Stevie. And then I sure as shit don't want my 10-year-old cat going blind. And so anyway, she comes back here and she's hollering at me. I let him in and I couldn't get him out, so I had to shut him in the bedroom. Well, that's you. That is all you. Take responsibility for you. Well, he's scratching me whenever I go to put him out. Okay, then. And I'm hoping like hell that she learned her lesson. I'm hoping like fucking hell that she learned her lesson and that she never brings Tiger back in ever again. And that he lives a nice life out on his back porch. That I had to fix the screen because she doesn't want him going in the yard ever. A cat's supposed to live his whole life and never know what grass feels like, And so, anyways, just let him live out on the back porch. He has 2 beds out there. He has a cat tree that has a bed and it's carpeted, and then he has this bed that I set in one of my chairs and it's real fluffy and warm and all kinds of stuff. And hell, Clarabelle even tried to lay in it even though she could barely fit her ass in it. It's not a bed that somebody's not going to like if they're a friggin' pet. It is a comfortable bed. It's 2-piece. It's machine washable. It's fluffy. It's soft, But Jesus fucking Christ. Like, people just do not get what it's like to be me. When you have to get so fucking angry. And then you can't, because if I go in there and I'm really angry and I'm like, listen, even if I don't come out with fucking anger and like, okay, this is, yeah, and everything. Even if I just go in there and I try to talk calmly, but if I go in there and I try to talk with a little bit of aggression and be like, listen, you can't do what you've done. You can't do that. She's not going to listen to me. And instead, she's going to take it as a threat against her personally and against her authority and against her dictatorship. And she's going to get mad at me. She's going to keep on doing it. So I'm completely, totally fucked. Like right about now, I'm like, okay, let me just pack up and take the animals and get the fuck out of here. Yet I have no goddamn place to go and take the animals with me. But that's how goddamn mad I am about this shit. It's like I was sleeping so good. You know how you're gonna have that good time? That goodness? Like I sat here and I was like, you know what? I needed rest last week and I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Things just kept constantly, in between. After I moved in, it's just constant. And I was like, okay, that's fine, and then Jen, and going with her this weekend and having to go over there the other day. So it's just constant. It's been constant. Everything's been constant. Go, 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 do, this, that. And I love when life is like that. To a degree. Especially when it is benefiting things that I am working towards. But most of the time, it's not, because nobody gives a shit about what the fuck I'm working towards. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay. Finally, last night, I get home and it's like, I can breathe. I could rest. I have probably a whole week or a few days that I don't have to do anything. Everything's going to be good. Here's my rest time. Woohoo. And I lay down and I slept so fucking good. And instead I have to wake up to somebody screaming at me that they've let my other cat in. Not just once, but twice. And I can't talk to them about don't do this because it's a no-no. It's a no-no. I can't talk to them about that because I've done told her. I'm like, he cannot be around him. They cannot eat out of the same food bowl. They cannot use the same litter box. If you want to bring him in for a few minutes and pet him, yeah, that's fine. If you want to bring him in and put him in the bedroom and shut him back there because you're afraid he's cold and you're worried about him and all that, even though he's a cat and he's capable of climbing in his bed to stay warm, and it's not like there's snow on the ground, but if you want to, you can do that. But he cannot be around my other cat. And she doesn't get it. And when she doesn't get something, there's no way to get her to get it except for to get really mad. It's like, why does it always have to be like this? I bet you 10, she's in there right now. And she's listening to me sitting back here bitching about it. And so she's getting mad and her blood's boiling, if you will. And she's getting all mad and everything. And she's like, well, I won't ever do it again. I won't ever do it again. And so I'll go out there and she'll kind of say it with a hateful tense. I won't ever do it again, or I heard that you're mad, or something like that. And instead it's like, can you just say it? Because I'm not the one that caused the issue. I'm not the one that did this. I didn't sleepwalk and bring this other cat in. You did. Be responsible for what you did. You brought him in, not me. Why do you have to get angry with me over something you did? And this has been the story of my life with my whole dysfunctional family. They get mad at me for stuff that they do. That's just like my kid. She even got mad at me. Nothing is going right, is what she said to me when I went and seen her just a week and a half ago. So that way she could see that the landlord was wrong and I didn't get arrested and the pets didn't get taken by animal control. And she said, this is all wrong. Nothing's going right. And I thought to myself, oh, for the first time in your life, your plans ain't going right. You're 12 years old and for the first time in your life, things aren't going right. And I know that that's a lie. I know that my child has made other plans before and things have not went right. But it's like she's finally having to learn the actual lesson of you make plans, and a lot of times things never go according to plan. Oh my God. Unless you can find somebody that's supportive of your plans. And that's the thing. That's the reason she hasn't grasped the concept of it, is because every time she had a plan that we could do, like, hey, Mommy, we're going to play a board game today. Okay. And I would do it. I would get on that boat with her. I would do it. Hey, Mommy, I want to do this today. Okay. As long as it didn't involve driving, because I didn't have a license and I hadn't had a car. Yeah, we're going to do it. And do you know how much shit there is that involves fucking driving? Like, literally, life is driving to a degree. If you can't drive, if you have no transportation to get where the fuck you're trying to go, and that's the thing, too. Everybody's always talking to me, because this guy, just last night, he's like, well, what about a bus? Or not last night, but the night before. What about a bus? Only bus that we have is for people that have Medicaid or Medicare. That's it. We do not have public transportation here for as far as a bus or anything like that. This is a decent sized city, but it's not a big enough city. And then, even for the size of city that it is, it should have a bus. It really should. For the size of city that it is, or not where I live now, but where I used to live. It should have a bus, but it doesn't have a bus because it's a piece of shit. And then, where I lived, no cabs would come. I was out of city limits, and now where I live, there's only one cab. And then it's like, okay, well, Uber. Well, there's like one Uber, and they don't even live in either of the cities, for as far as I understand. Or at least that's what I understood a while back, whenever I looked up a Uber over a year and a half ago. Now, Jennifer told me that there's one Uber that she got a hold of, and I don't know if she meant that they live in the previous city that I lived in, or if they live in this other big city, Chattanooga. But that's where they lived at, and so they were going to have to travel from fucking Chattanooga all the way down to this other city just to take me someplace else. And they were the only one. And that was like a year and a half ago that I looked them up and found them. And then, luckily, over a year and a half ago, I was able to get a cab to come out one time. Because this was before I called, and they're like, oh, we don't come out that far. I called, and they're like, oh, yeah, we'll come and get you. And they took me and my kid to go see her father. She had not seen her father in a very long time, and they took us, and I had to pay, what was it? $15 there, but $35 back. And they told me that they were supposed to charge me $35 on the way up there because it was $20 to come outside a city limit to pick me up. And then whenever I called another time and was like, hey, I need a cab, they're like, oh, we don't do that. And I'm like, well, what about me paying you $20 for you to come out of the city limits? Is that what the deal is? Because I'll pay you that $20 for you to come out of city limits. And they're like, no, we just don't come out that far anymore. So there's 2 bitch fits of mine. And now I get to go blow my nose, hopefully, so that way I won't end up catching a cold. But I'm going to end it here. I hope everybody's doing good. If you got any advice, if you know what the hell is wrong with my family, put it in the comments, please. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this shit. It's like the devil lives through my family. Anything that can be done to upset me is practically the way it's been for 30 fucking years. If they know they can do something to upset me, they're going to fucking do it. And they don't even understand that it is something negative that they are allowing to come up inside of them and do this shit to me because they're so friggin' irresponsible. They take no responsibility for what they do. My grandmother's been smoking for I don't know how many fucking years, and I guarantee you, if you go in there and you try to say something to her about you're smoking, you are, her defense is going to be, well, everybody did when I was young. It's going to be this, look at everybody and don't look at me. And I take no responsibility for the fact that I smoke. I just do out of habit. And that's the way my whole family goes about defending themselves. They do everything out of habit. And that's the thing, too, is when you go with the government so fucking well that you just follow what the government says. And what I mean by government is the mass majority. If the mass majority is vaping right now and you go and you vape, then instead of taking responsibility and being like, yes, I chose to vape. I actually chose to myself. And if it's bad for my health, then I have to deal with the consequences. No, instead everybody's going to sit there and be like, I did it because everybody else was doing it. And the government said that it was healthier and it was cooler and a lot of other people were doing it. And it'll turn into this bullshit. And then, like, say it causes, some type of sickness, and they'll be like, so I got sick because I just wanted to fit in. Be responsible for the fact that you are willing to do all that shit. You were willing to vape. You were willing to smoke cigarettes. You were willing to have, sex. You were willing to do drugs. You were willing to do what the fuck ever you did because of what you wanted. Be responsible, goddammit. Stop putting everything off on everybody else. I'm so fucking sick. Oh my God, I'm so fucking sick of it. I'm so fucking sick of it. And it's like, oh, well, Heather, don't you do that. But then when your parents, the people that are supposed to raise you and give you a foundation, fuck you up like mine have. Holy shit. Anyways, I'm gonna end it here. Oh God, I'm so fucking angry. And that's Tiger crying in the background now in the other room. On now. And now I've got to go save him and put him back out on the porch where he originally would have still been, and there wouldn't be an issue if she just would have left him out there. I've got to go clean up her mess. And that's just like the fucking TV. She'll sit there and she'll press buttons that she don't even know what the hell they do. And Eddie can even vouch for me on this. Eddie, if you see this video, vouch for me. Prove it. How many times did you have to fix the TV while you were over here? Because she's pressing buttons and she don't know what she's doing. And she thinks she can figure it out. And she can't stand not being in control of the TV and not knowing everything that the TV does. So she'll press these buttons not knowing what it's doing. And then I have to fix it. And then when I fix it, I don't fix it right. It's not good enough. So then she gives herself the excuse to keep pressing buttons later on. And then I have to fix it, again. And then it still isn't good enough. And then she still keeps pressing buttons. And holy shit. I need to get my TV hooked up and just stay back here and listen to my fucking TV all the fucking time. But I'm going to end it here. I hope everybody else is doing a fucking hell of a lot better than me. And I hope that by tomorrow, I'm doing 100 times better than I am right now. But I'm going to let you go, and I'll catch you later. Bye.